Team SafeWork. This afternoon we're testing at Apple Incorporated, and I've just been escorted into the lovely perfect private testing room to set up, ready to go. We're conducting a breath test and on-site oral fluid test. I'd like to very quickly run through with you, just unpacking the stock, which you would have already checked. You have everything that's needed for the job. Just try and stay organised, keep neat the whole time. I tend to take out my chain of custody pad first. I'll take out my pens. Then I'm a pen for the donor and a pen for myself. I think of the hygiene things first. So we've already got the mat out. Our waste bag, popping it straight into the bin. Please always ensure that you never ever leave any rubbish on site. You take it back to dispose of it accordingly and take it back to the lab. Okay, we need our gloves out. Okay, what's the first test we're doing? Breath test. I tend to take mine out of the case so I can see the serial number on the back a lot quicker. Our mouthpieces go with the breathalyzer. Just pop a handful of those out. And of course our testing devices. Using the Orotec 3 today. Pop it out neatly. Okay, we've got a paperwork. You should already have paperwork from SafeWork. I'm not taking out any confirmation collection systems. We don't want to be preemptive that we're going to have a non-negative, so we'll just pop that on the back here. Paperwork you should have with you is your job sheet. You should have your procedural checklist, which you can fill out as you go, and of course your daily running sheet. So I'll keep those out. That right now. Double check that we've got everything good to go, and we're right. Okay, come on in, good to go. Hi, I'll just get you to pop the door shut if you don't mind, remembering our testing in progress sign as well. How are you? I'm Kylie from SafeWork.
Hi Kylie, I'm Michael.
Michael, nice to meet you. I'm going to conduct a breath test and an oral fluid drug test. If you have any questions as we go, please don't hesitate to give me to ask me. So. Okay, do you have photo ID with you, please?
I do.
All right. Grab that off you. Thank you very much. All right. And just always double checking the information that has been copied off the driver's license. Okay, I can point. Thank you very much. Michael, have you had any medication in the last 48 hours? Any vitamins, any over-the-counter prescription, non-prescription medication?
No, none.
Okay, all right. And do you consent to going ahead with the test?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'll just get you to plug your signature, please. Check the information that I've written down there and that it's correct. And then plug your signature on the blue shading there, that you consenting to going ahead with the test and that the information is correct. And just date it for me. Fantastic, thank you. All right, I'm going to conduct the breath test first. So, have you had anything to eat, drink, chew or smoke in the last 10 minutes?
No.
Okay, fantastic. We're off to a great start. I get you to please choose a mouthpiece.
Okay, what do I have to choose?
Just so nobody can ever say that we've tampered with them or we've rigged anything prior to getting on site. So we let you choose, even though they're all the same. When you're opening it, if you can just minimalise the handling, so if you can, be holding it perfectly, keep the plastic on this end and just expose the larger end of the mouthpiece. And just hold it there. The big end of that is going to go into the breathalyzer. Put my gloves on. I'm going to very quickly document the serial number, which is on the back of the breathalyzer. And document the date of calibration when it's due. It's on the breathalyzer as well. 27, 7, 16. Okay. I'm going to ask you to pop it into there for me, Michael. And just give it a nice steady blow, please, until I say stop. Stop. Fantastic. Thank you. 0, 0, 0. Excellent. Please always, best practice is to discard the mouthpiece with the bin liner. That way you're minimising any chance of contaminating your glass. I'm going to document my result. Always documenting the result in 3 decimal places. The time, 4:31. Okay, next section down the chain of custody is your collection site, your date, time. Okay, Michael, we'll conduct the drug test now. So if you wouldn't mind just choosing one of these devices for me.
Sure.
And just pass it to me, thank you, and I'll just document the device name and lot number. Okay, and I'll explain to you how this works. But firstly, do you mind just opening your mouth for me, just so I can have a look, ensuring that you have nothing in your mouth that could affect the test? Fantastic, thank you. You're a good sport. All right. Before this goes into your mouth, I'll get you to try and pour some saliva into the front of your mouth. It just makes it a little bit easier in trying to get move it around in a circular motion between your teeth and your cheeks on both sides. Under your tongue, that's where your saliva glands are. Wherever it's there whilst it's in your mouth. So I'll get you to, don't chew the pad or anything. Straight out, yep, and into your mouth. Fantastic. So we will be monitoring Michael the entire time that's in his mouth, of course, but I just want to quickly explain that we do come across dry mouth. There's different causes for that. Sometimes it's medication, sometimes a bit of dehydration, but I need you to know that sometimes how quickly the device develops depends on the consistency of the saliva. So somebody could have very thick saliva and a lot of it, but it's like dipping a paintbrush into mud. It will absorb a lot slower. However, somebody on the opposite end of the scale, they could have very thin saliva and only a little bit, which is ideal because it's like dipping a paintbrush into water. So if you can be patient, quite often that is the reason that it might absorb a little bit slower. Okay, how are we going? Fantastic, you're excellent. I'll just get you to gently take that out, Michael, and I'll grab this. Thank you very much. All right, I'm going to explain the device to you. So your saliva is climbing up the profile cards. I want to see pink lines beside each category. Pink lines are good. It means there's nothing detected in the system. So the C lines up the top here are control lines. It means that the test is working correctly and that there is in fact enough saliva for it to develop effectively. Okay. So we're testing for methamphetamines, THC or THC or THC marijuana, cocaine, amphetamines, opiates. Some of the more common ones are your heroin, morphine and codeine, and benzodiazepines are your sleeping pills and anti-anxiety medication. Okay, did you have any questions about the device?
No.
Okay, well, fantastic. It's all fully developed. I can discard that now and document the result. Okay.
Excellent.
If in the event that something was detected, there would be a line missing beside whatever category it fell under, then I would have to collect another 2 oral fluid samples, and then we send them off to the laboratory for confirmation.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll document your result, ensuring everything is documented correctly. I can now discard my gloves. Okay, I'm crossing out on the paperwork anything that I don't need. That's the best way to ensure that you're not just overlooking something that really does need to be filled out. Update it. Okay, I'm going to double check my paperwork, putting my pen on it, ensuring that I have not missed anything. Okay. Michael, I'll just briefly read this back to you. Your breath test is 0. Your drug test is negative. I'll get you to pop your signature and the date at the bottom of that, and I'll give you a copy of the chain of custody. Okay, wonderful. Okay, if you have no questions, you're free to go.
Well, thank you very much.
My pleasure. Can you just send the next donor in for me, please?
Sure.
Thank you. Okay, so we have other donors to test. What you need to do with this chain of custody is always ensure that it's upside down so the next donor that comes in cannot see any of that information. I will actually quickly fill in my daily running sheet as I go, but I won't right now. But then I'm going to turn that upside down as well. Okay, pretending that we're at the end of the testing session, please ensure that you pack up your desk, don't leave anything on site, and ensure that you see the shift supervisor before you leave. Make sure they sign off on the job sheet, and away you go. Make sure you don't leave your rubbish on site. Okay, Michael, the device is finished developing now. As you can see, we have 2 of the lines missing beside the ME and the TH. All the other lines are appearing. That the lines missing are indicating that there's a detection of something. So what we're going to have to do is pack up 2 fresh samples of your saliva and seal them off and take them to the lab for confirmation analysing. Did you have any questions regarding the test? Okay, all right, I'm going to document the result, ensuring that I document very carefully the correct result. Negative, requiring further testing for TH, negative, and requiring further testing for methamphetamines, and negative for cocaine. Okay, Michael, I'm going to get you to choose one of our confirmation collection systems. If you will, please. Thank you. Pop these away. Okay. So you're accumulating the saliva in exactly the same fashion as you did just before, but we have to do it twice. So we have an A and B sample. All right, if you could again for me, please, just try and pull some saliva into the front of your mouth. And all right, just be very careful not to chew on the end of the stick, and I'll monitor when there is sufficient saliva on the stick. The little window here will turn blue, so I know that there's enough for the lab to analyse your sample.
Okay.
Okay, so if you can pop that straight into your mouth, try and pull the saliva again, that'd be great. Okay, collection system. Is Eloise, and we have our great lot number. Expiry date. It's a good habit to get into, to start filling out the seals, even though you're monitoring the donor. You're able to quickly fill out the seals. I'll start the A seal first because the time that you document on the A seal, or the collection of the first oral fluid sample, is going to be different to, of course, to the collection time of the second lot of oral fluid. So just quickly put that. How are you going there? Mike is still going. Okay. And visuals. Okay, the time of this collects 5:09. Double checking. Okay, we're almost there. We're doing well. 1 second. fantastic, Martin. You're doing really, really well. So I'm going to discard that. I'll get you to gently take it out of your mouth. See the blue window is appearing?
Yep.
Okay. So straight into the buffer solution, which is used to preserve the oral fluid in transit. Manipulate that off there. Fantastic. Straight into the bin. Seal that. I'm going to seal this sample first, very securely. And Michael, if I can just get you please to double check all of the information that I've written on the seals, ensure it's correct, and then I will get you to please initial where it says donor initials. Okay, fantastic. And we'll just quickly repeat the process for our sample B. Again, try and pull the saliva again. You're doing fantastically. Straight into your mouth. Okay, so the time of this collect, as I said, is different. Document that on the seals. Right. Monitoring our donor at the same time. And okay. Wonderful. We'll leave our barcodes till the end so we can do the barcodes all at once. How are you going there? Looking good, it's coming up. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, that's terrific, Michael. I'll get to gently remove that. Thank you very, very much. You can see our blue indicator coming up. All right, then pop it straight again into the buffer solution. Ensuring the lid's on correctly. A little bit of a shake. Again, I've filled out my part of the seals, ensuring that they're on there nice and secure. Again, Michael, if you will, just check all of the information on the seals, please, and initial it, and that they're correct. Thank you. And our barcode, so a barcode is going onto the chain of custody, also onto the oral fluid tubes, ensuring that you're not covering any information. Please make sure that they are placed on the tubes this way, so the guys in the lab can scan them. If they're around the other way, they can't. Alright, going to pop our samples into the biohazard bag. Now transport chain of custody in respect to the barcodes. Oops, we have one paperwork. So on the back here, placing a barcode. You can complete the front of the transport chain of custody at the end and on our daily running sheet. Okay, the remaining barcodes can be placed inside the biohazard bag. I'm going to sign off on my section of the chain of custody. I'm going to again double check that the information that I've written is correct and the results. Okay, Michael, can you please also check the information that I've documented here. Again, your breath test was 0. These are the results of your drug test, so it's requiring further testing in our lab for THC and methamphetamines. Okay, and I'll get you to pop your signature on the blue shading at the bottom and pop a date on it for me. All right, thank you very much. You sure you don't have any questions?
No.
All right, we're going to give you this copy. Discard this device. The original copy of the chain of custody is going into the front of the biohazard bag, which is then going to go straight into our esky. All right, we'll discuss that a little bit more in a moment. I'm going to take my gloves off. Michael, I just need to, I'm going to contact your shift supervisor. I need to advise him of the situation, and it's over to Apple Incorporated's company policy as to what happens after that. So I'll just give him a call now. Okay?
Yep.
All right. Let's say I have already contacted the shift supervisor, and he has come down and taken care of Michael. So let's quickly, moving forward to, we finished the testing session, we're going to quickly seal up our esky. So sealing it off, oops, inside. Or somewhere in your pack, you'll have your esky seals. Going to very quickly seal it off. Like this. Please ensure that this is closed correctly. You'll want to hear that click, and the seal with the number is going facing the outside. It will fit in the other way, but that's the incorrect way to put it in, and it won't be sealed correctly. So making sure that that's on the outside, you'll hear it click like that. It's all sealed. We will quickly complete Section A of the Transport Chain of Custody, documenting all the required information, including the date, the time, the security seal number, and the amount of samples packed. So today we've only got one sample being sent to the lab. We will then follow up our Transport Chain of Custody, pop it into the little pocket at the side, and away we go. We'll now clean up the our desk, make sure again that nothing is left on site, and again the last thing that you're going to do is to have the site contact or shift supervisor sign off on the your invoice. That's it. Thank you.